Boys, the fighting Texas A&M Ags head out to Death Valley to try to do something they've never done as an SEC member school, win at Death Valley over the LSU Tigers. Boys, it's an LSU Tigers home game, which means it's played at night. 7:30 kickoff for this one. Massive ball game. I think 3-20. LSU, a slight home dog here. What's the key to the matchup for you, Jay Will?
A&M has to break a trend in this matchup. The home team has won 8 of the last matchups between these two teams. They are the away team. So key to the matchup is you got to break that trend. LSU has to be comfortable, though, defensing their way to a win. Like, that's just reality now. No longer going to be talking about a run game. No longer going to be talking about Garrett Nussmeier or any of that stuff for LSU. It's the fact that you have a good defense. You have one of the better ones in the conference right now. You got to defense your way to wins. If you're going to be a playoff team at the end of the year, if you're going to stay on the path that you set yourself on in week 1 against Clemson, you got to defense your way to wins. That's the bottom line.
I'm not writing off the offense just yet, but this has to be the game you put something together. And by something together, I mean protect Garrett Nussmeier. I think we can all agree the running game is out the window this season. If you win games because of your offense, it's going to be because Garrett Nussmeier had time to throw, found the right decisions, and made the right decisions. That's got to be the key to the matchup here.
Was we got a Vandy fan in the chat?
He's been around. Carlos been around.
Door down. Key to the matchup for me, for A&M specifically, is to continue to play complementary football. They've done such a great job over the last several weeks of realizing when the defense needs a breather, so they go walk it. Or what's up?
No, I'm sorry. I should have let you finish your point. I didn't want to point out that Weeks is doubtful.
Okay. No, it's a good point to know.
Come on.
No, but what I was saying is, like, in this football game specifically, LSU has had time of possession tilt on them drastically in their SEC matchups. I think they're holding the football for like 27 minutes or something like that. That doesn't sound too drastic until you watch the play drives, where in moments of critical points in that football game, the defense has been left on the field way too long. It happened against Vandy. It happened against Ole Miss. There's a potential for it to happen again this weekend. And specifically, I see it happening, and I've watched this with good run offenses for so many years in this league, where they pair up 2 back-to-back death marches in the midst of a 3-and-out spit from the opposing offense. And then it's just roll the rest of the football game. I worry about that in this matchup for LSU, even though it is at home. Which, by the way, I still can't get that picture out of my head of Chris Marler in the third, like middle of the second quarter, South Carolina game at LSU, like 70% filled. I can't get it out of my head.
It was fourth quarter 1-score game.
Cannot get it out of my head.
Yeah, I can't either.
I can't understand it.
It made me lose some respect for that place. I'm not gonna lie.
I hope they sell that thing out and pack that thing out, and I hope it's what it's supposed to be. That was so weird to me. Maybe it rained that day. I want an LSU fan to explain
that was
to
also, and I'm not excusing it, but that was a putrid game.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Okay.
I stay for the entire game.
I want an LSU fan to aggressively correct me on that one, or else I'm going to have to keep talking about it and keep having it in my mind. I want a reason as to why. Was Mike the Tiger sick? Was there a protest? Was something going on? It was weird. For LSU, it is what it is. Hey, you got to protect that defense however you can. I would like this offensive staff to understand what we know now is that, yeah, you don't have a run game, so let's create run game with the pass. Let's spam Y stick all Saturday. Let's just do it. Just spam Y stick. Hey, let's have an average yards per completion of 5 yards per game because we ain't got no run game, so let's just manufacture one. Let's manufacture one with the extension of the run game. They have such great yards after the catch weapons that they're bound to break and spit one for a 70-yard explosive. They did this to A&M last year. Caught a slant, took a 75. They can do stuff like this to open up the game, particularly. Get them to walk up on you because they're not going to walk up on you because of a fear for your run game. Mm-hmm. So make them do that with the underneath passing game.
No doubt. What you got for an X factor?
For me, it's yards after the catch, like I just mentioned. Right? That's the game plan I would go and attack if I were Joe Sloan and this offensive staff. You can't pass protect. You can't run the football. We need to be Charlie check down to open this defense up. So let's do yards after the catch method with all of our weapons. And you know the deal with A&M. The A&M right now is the football team I think of most when I say, hey, Brooks, I have to throw a ball within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage and the play has to score. What offense are you taking? Give me Mario Craver, Casey Concepcion, and this A&M offense. Their ability to explosively murder you with a ball thrown within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, elite. So, yeah, give me that. Yards after contact, yards after catch, all that good stuff.
I'm hopping on the hype train with you. I went as Torian York as the X factor in this one. I just think that
Pop the York.
And you want to talk about not being able to get things out of your head. I mean, I can't remember which game it was, but it's clear to me that guy knows way more things about the opposing team's offense than almost anybody in the conference right now. So I can expect him to get after the quarterback a couple of times and just be everywhere all over the football field. And for LSU offense that has continued to struggle, going up against a guy like that who plays linebacker and is always prepared, that would fear me.
Give me Blake Baker as the X factor for this game. Fun fact, Texas A&M will be facing the highest-ranked defense they've faced all season against LSU. The next highest defense, would you like to guess?
Notre Dame?
The Auburn Tigers.
Oh, should have known.
They scored 16 points in that game. So there is an avenue here where you just defensive grind it out, and I think that's got to be your avenue to win because none of us trust this offense.
No, we said it last Monday or Tuesday when we did predictions or previews, and we're doing predictions now. When we did previews, is that the recipe for LSU to win this football game is to find a way to score 24 points and keep them underneath 24.
Yep.
And because it's definitely not to win a shootout. We don't think you can offensively do that. Unless it doesn't happen. Hey, boys, Mario Craver. This is very specific. You ready? Mario Craver, 2 explosives on slot fades.
I like it.
Here's the deal. Vandy hunted those safeties and those nickels for 4 quarters through the pass. Obviously, they ran the football well, but when they tried to get chunks, it was on 13, it was on 10, it was on the nickel. And if Vandy slot receivers can run by you, you in for a long day with Casey Concepcion and Mario Craver. I think they both get loose in the slot this week.
Heard it here first.
The corners are great out there, by the way. Sorry. I don't mean to make
fine.
this about LSU can't cover. No, they're strippity straps outside at corner. That's why you have to attack the nickel.
You heard it here first. Marcel Reed finishes with more yards of total offense than LSU's team as a whole on Saturday. You heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen.
Once again, I think that this is the avenue for a defensive battle. You heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen. I've got the LSU Tigers holding them to less than 25 points. That's not me saying they're going to win the game, but I don't think Texas A&M crosses 25 points in this game. LSU hasn't been able to do it all season. The roles get reversed here. The Aggies under 25 points in Death Valley. You heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen.
Christian, you don't worry about that defense getting left on the field.
I do.
Yeah.
But there is an avenue, I think, and we've seen it, and Auburn was kind of the baseline for this of you can explode a lot on us, but we're going to keep you out of the end zone.
You can what?
You can what now?
Yeah, my bad,
What,
guys.
what was that?
That was a ditty. That was definitely a ditty. I'm sorry about that. But honestly, though, as much as we've thought that we're kind of worried about Death Valley here, I would like to go to a game like this.
Oh, man. Boys. I'm looking at it right now, courtesy of our friends over at SeatGeek. We're worried about this LSU home field environment. We just talked about it with South Carolina. And I'm not saying this is direct indication, but it kind of is. Boys, you can sit in the lower bowl for $100 right now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
For a game that has your season on the line?
Yeah, you can sit section 240 for $117 corner end zone. I mean, you can see it right now on SeatGeek. Look at that. Look at those level seats you can get right now at Death Valley for a top 10 team coming to town for $117. And guess what? It wouldn't even be that. You get a discount code, promo code FilmGot10 with our friends over there at SeatGeek. This is I'm not saying it's a verbatim tool to use, but when you were worried about whether or not you're going to pack it out, that would be a direct indication for me. I mean, we looked at this last night for the Georgia-Texas game, and we're talking about $1,000 tickets for what is an equivalent seat right here. It's very, very interesting. Thoughts? Thank you to our friends over at SeatGeek. Again, promo code FilmGot10.
Thank you very much, SeatGeek. And that's kind of why I've had this prediction of I do think that LSU has defensive success here, but I still think Texas A&M wins this game. Give me the Aggies 23-17. 17.
Oof.
Ran out of steam there.
I got Texas A&M 28, LSU 17.
I got A&M pulling it off late, 31-27, garbage score from LSU. It's Wednesday, boys.
It is Wednesday.
Let's get it.
Oh, we love Wednesdays around here.
Did we call Wednesday hump day here? Because it's technically we're past half of the week.
I don't really think about it that way. Every day is a day for me. Is just wake up and get it done.
Every day is hump day.
Every day ends in a why I'm grinding, you know?
Every day is hump day and you grind.
You know, I think that's why I'm so bad at doing things like I had 2 books sitting here in the office waiting to send off to a listener for like a month and a half now. And I feel bad for the guy, and I'm bad at things like that. But I think that's why. Because I just wake up and I'm like, hey, Jonathan, what do I got going on today? And Jonathan tells me, and then I knock it the hell out. Like I didn't realize until doing show notes today that I'd been on air for 3 hours today already. Huh? And then you got to go do 2 more, you know, that kind of thing. I'm not complaining. It's a tremendous job that we have, but it does make me scatterbrained by Wednesday. Where are we at?
We're going into what if.
Hey, we'll take a quick minute to give a shout out to our friends over at Sleeper. What a great time to be here on this network this year, but also a great time to be with our friends over at Sleeper. Go over to Sleeper today, the #1 place for daily fantasy and prop plays. Sleeper Picks is a real money product that connects friends over picks. Choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame, live, or even across different sports. Pick more than or less than the predicted stats. It's that simple. On Sleeper, you can get up to 100x payouts, share with your friends, and get rewarded today. Use promo code Brooks, as you see on the screen, on Sleeper and get 100% deposit match up to $100. Again, that's sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Terms and conditions apply. Boys, as you know, we're about 28 minutes at the time of this ad read from the kickoff of NFL Sunday. So go ahead, run over to Sleeper right now. I'll give you permission to leave the stream actively. Go over to Sleeper, get a play in right quick, and get paid. We appreciate those folks over there at Sleeper. Again, that's promo code Brooks over there on Sleeper.